Hello, it's Michelle, the stamp breaker, and I am here today with Scraptember Day 18. I'm using a sketch from Scrap a Sketch, and this is also my monthly Paw Your Way into Our Hearts video for our hop. So I have decided I would like to work on an 8x8 album of my grand dog, Maizie. And so I had these Paige Evans Splendid Day. I had the collection out and I made a couple of other layouts. And I decided to kind of focus on the greens, the yellows, and the like a teal color to make a layout that kind of matches the photo where Miss Maizie is sitting on the porch of a house at camp in Maine. And so I took 6-inch strips, and they're all from Splendid Day except for the yellow, which is a canary color, and that's a scrap from Close to My Heart. And I thought it went really well with this color scheme. So I believe the photo is like 3x4, and so I'm excited to use a lot of new stuff from Keep It Simple. We have these new shaker frames that I am looking at right now in the video, and I'm trying to decide if I like that one that's behind it right now. I used Peacock cardstock from Close to My Heart, the dark side, and I like that window looking one. I really like how it frames the photo, but you'll see I decide on a different one. And then I'm wanting to make a title, and so I'm looking at my alphabet die cuts, and then also I use a die and stamp from the Mason jar collection right there to for the base of the title. So I'll have everything linked down below, but basically I used my favorite font, which is called Melody Stories, and that's what I use for Maizie and then Camp is with Ford Double Cut. And then I also use a die set called Polaroid and Word die set, and that's where I get Favorite Pick. And then I believe when I use Miss, that is actually a word die from one of the shaker frames. So as you can see in the top of my screen, I'm trying to use some flair. I got a gift certificate for Christmas last year for flair. And I apologize. I zoom out here and I couldn't figure out what that was on the right hand side. And that's actually my phone holder. The camera, I guess, is too close to the, I don't know, what would you call it? A bracket? Okay, there it is. That's the scallop frame that I decided on. I think it's so pretty. Also, I had some acrylic titles I had looked at working with too, but in the end, I wanted to cut the title out of that Peacock and use those two different fonts. I love mixing fonts, and so this is actually like 3 different fonts if you count the Miss and the Maizie and then Camp, and then Favorite Pick is probably a different font too from Miss. It's pretty similar. And then I just use a few things off the sticker sheet that I'd already put on some wax paper, and maybe that love this with an arrow, that's a die cut. I think the hearts were maybe die cut from one of the frames dies too, but it came together really quickly, and I was able to use the flare from Scrappin' Happy Studio called Best Day, and I thought that it was perfect. It's a perfect color, and that's where my circle comes in for day 19 of Scraptember. So this is the second layout I have made of my grandpuppy, and I'm going to, it is 8 by 8, right? I always get confused, 8 by 8 or 10 by 10. It is 8 by 8. And I will buy a Doodlebug album. I still have some sheet protectors. I actually made my daughter and son-in-law, who, this is their dog, for their wedding, I made a guest book this size. So, I really like the Doodlebug, and I like that it's side loading, so there's not going to be any dust that gets in the top. I really like that. And so I was thinking about making this for Christmas. I'm not sure, because I also need to work on their wedding album, and I'm going to work on that with some videos next month in October when we have the sketch series with Christy's Beautiful Life. So look for that. We're doing a lot of 2-page sketches this round, so I think that'll be perfect for wedding photos. Anyway, if you're familiar with this collection from Paige Evans, there's a lot of colors in it, like pink and orange and lime green. I really just wanted to focus on a few of the colors. And if you look, there is a strip that's under the love of this, and that's really where I got the colors. There's a yellow, a turquoise, and a lime green. And so I just built on that, and it was a lot of fun to just focus on a few colors and not get so overwhelmed with so many options. I totally plan on using this sketch again. It was a great sketch to use. So anyway, thanks for stopping by. I will leave the links down below for everything I use, plus the hops that I'm in. So please go and check everybody else out. And thank you for taking the time to stop by my channel. Have a great day. Bye-bye.